Hello, welcome back, folks. Aaron here once more again. Yeah, and as you can see right here, I'm doing a little bit more different intro since we're still doing more Kamen Rider stuff. I thought, you know what? As for this, at least for these Kamen Riders videos that I do, I'm going to be going as Kamen Rider. As you can see right here, this right here is going to be my figure standard Kamen Rider Kuga, Mighty Form. I will do the review of this guy actually in a bit. Hopefully this week. But what's it called? But for the meantime, he's going to be my current persona. I'm still going to be using the Australia. Don't worry about that. He's not leaving. I just was his Kamen Riders videos. I thought, you know what? Let's go a little bit Kamen Rider as I've been in the Kamen Rider mood. So yeah, without further ado, folks, let's continue with the part 2 of the Soto Chronicles Kamen Rider Ouja review. So in continuing this part 2 for the Soto Chronicles Kamen Rider Ouja, both blank state and survive form, what we have here, folks, is basically everything that they come with out of the box, which I will say a little bit curve learner that I found out about this, because when I originally got the box, I was thinking I was going to be getting regular Ouja with survive form. That was not the case. I ended up discovering and learning that regular Kamen Rider Ouja, the one that has his basically contracted Advent Beast, is basically a different figure of the Soto Chronicles with his Advent Beast, actually with all three of the Advent Beasts he ends up capturing for the fusion form, which I am going to try to get that because I found that, and that is really awesome. And yeah, so right now what you're seeing right here is both versions of Ouja, basically uncontracted, basically where he gets his contracted Serpent Beast, and then his survive form that we see afterwards in one of these movie specials, which for Kamen Rider Yuki is a lot of them, which I do recommend if you're able to find them to watch because they are really fun. What they can do a little about Kamen Rider is that after the series, after the initial show is done, they have a whole lot of spin-off movies, specials that continue. Like Ryuki actually has I forget, it was 2018, 19, like 10, 20 years later from the original series. That ended up going basically back later down the line. Basically the ending, or continuing basically after the end of the original series, where basically everybody's living out their lives. A little bit of spoilers for that, basically. Everybody's basically living their own lives. Some shenanigans happen, and all the bad guy writers get their powers back, and basically all the good guy writers have to get theirs, fight, everything ensues. Something come back and forth from the movie version of Ryuki, which is a different timeline with a different ending. Whole lot of things happen. I do recommend watching. Watching it is really, really great. But back to the figures right here for the Soto Chronicles. Yeah, blank slate Ouja, which is basically him in his initial form, which is the reason why I was confused when I was building him, because he was not purple at all. Because, and if you know Kamen Rider Ouja, he is always like this royal purple, shiny purple. This right here is like kind of like tone grays with like a little bit of purple. Also, I eventually did put on the stickers, which you probably see right here, which, not gonna lie, I probably could have done the paint job a little bit better for this. But there's some paints, coloring that I don't have. You'll see that on his survive form in a bit when we get around to it with stickers. Not too bad. There's some difficulties with them, but I think I did pretty good on some of the stickers right here on the back side, on the shoulders, and the arms. Can't really notice them right here, but you can see the reflectedness on the stickers right there. On the shoulder, arms, and everything else. Granted, you really didn't need the stickers on the arm and stuff too, but I still added it because it's kind of like a little sheen, like detail work. But I think it still does well. The chest piece right there, you can see the reflectedness because my light's actually reflecting off of it, so you can see right there sheen is. A little bit on the headpiece right there too. Overall, not that bad. Like the only difference between the decks is basically he doesn't have his serpent insignia like how he has right here on his survive form, though the survive form is gold instead of being regular purple, but that's how it should be. So this blank slate form, which I did not know about that. I mean, kind of the base kind of gave it off afterwards after, like I say, blanked Mass Rider Ouja blank tie, kind of gave it up. And then when I did a little more research, overall not bad at all. So these actually come in separate figures. That's something I learned too. But this is like a special box set where you get both of them, which is actually not bad. But in this regular solo box, it's basically blank slate Ouja himself. When it comes with 4 hands, which is basically 2 closed fists right here, actually right here, and then 2 open ones he comes with regularly. And then with Survive Ouja, which we'll do a review over here, which, let me tell you, had a lot more stickers. And let me tell you, trying to figure out the sticker sheet was a little bit annoying. Like, legit, a lot of this, I could have just painted. The gold, no problem at all. I have the gold. It's the purple that I don't have for him. Like, I don't have the specific, like, metallic royal purple that you kind of see on here. I don't have that, so actually painting that was going to be difficult. I would actually have to order special purple metallic royal for that one. But you know what? The stickers work fine for what they are. They're not that bad. The arms are not there. You can see right there. Not terrible, but I probably would have preferred to paint this, in my opinion. Something I ended up learning is that the Chronicles is a little bit way more different than from my initial review when I did the little miniature figure of Kamen Rider Ghost Toucan. So there are two different figure sets. Apparently those from Ghost Toucan is actually a smaller one than these guys. Right, these guys are like around 5 inches. Well, the Ghost Toucan one's like a 3.75 inches, at least in height. So that was like the whole difference for it. But yeah, overall, not that bad. The sticker sheet was a little bit annoying because there was no instruction sheets at all for this. So I had to go by how I think the sticker sheets were supposed to be. So the head and chest area, kind of easy. The belt, understandably. It was the arms and legs that confused me, but eventually I figured it out after trial and error. But they got on there good. I still feel like there's some more aspects I could probably just paint. I could probably paint like some of these lines on here in the legs, like a little bit gold, to make it a little much more better. Overall, he does look pretty great. And besides that, Ouja Survive form actually comes with a bunch of stuff. He comes with 2 different versions of his from Survive Blade. I forget what this is called. My bad on that one. Where basically he inserts the cards in here for the slots. Actually, 2 different versions of this. Basically, this one basically where you can separate the bottom mouse. Basically, you want it closed by itself, where you basically initially transports. If you have regular Ouja, which I'm going to try to get him one of these days. Not one of these days, but hopefully in these coming months. And then you have his blade form once he fully transforms. Then you have the multiple hands for Ouja, who has the 2 open hands that you can see already on his hands. They're already on there. Then you have 2 closed fist hands. You have technically 2 hand grip hands. One of them's on the blade itself. So I kind of kept it on there. The other one's separate. No, this one's on the right hand, this one's on the left. And they have the 2 card forms, where basically he's holding the cards. One of them is basically the survive card, while the other one is just basically final event. Which if we can try to see these. Wait, oh no. I don't know if I can see these, but try to. Yeah, damn it. See. I hate when the camera doesn't want to focus. Ah, there we go. This is as good as you're gonna get. Oh, we lost it. We had it for a second. There we go. That's as good as you're gonna get from this, folks. It's actually pretty detailed. Actually, gets if you get close by, but that's as close as good as going to get before the thing loses what's called zoom. It also has the back plate too for it too as well, which is pretty nice for the cards. Same thing as well with the survive card as well. If we get this thing working and the camera's been working, there we go. You can like the printout for this is actually pretty nice. It actually looks really good. It actually hurt me taking this off the sticker sheet because it actually was full cards. And basically, taking out the sticker sheet actually breaks them down, which kind of made me sad having to do that. And then we have this final piece right here. I don't know what this is. All I know is a peg of some kind that goes somewhere. It's the one on the back side of this, probably to hold something down. I have no clue what it is. So I didn't take it out of the runner, the spear runner right there, so I'm just keeping that there. But yeah, and overall, when it comes to articulation, not bad either. They're really simple figures. They have 3mm pegs on each side of the hole. Basically, you can add stuff to the feet right there. Head, actually able to move out pretty well. It's got that bowl joint right there, so I can do 360s. Also able to spin around, no problem at all. Arms, pretty good. They can do spins. It's kind of lacking a bit because it's technically on a stick joint. It's only limited by up and down, plus the shoulder armor kind of boxes it a little bit too. You can remove the arms to make it much more easier for those who want to know. But there's also to do like customize and adjust. The arms can spin around like that. It is on that kind of single joint right there. You can see right there. So go all the way there. It's actually not that bad on the articulation right there. And ball joint on the arms like most figures do. So it can do that. No problem at all. Overall, not that bad on the articulation. There were some limitations, but for this kind of figures, kind of warrants it. But actually, still decent, well articulation that you get. It's got an ab joint, which is pretty nice. It's actually got double ab joint that you can do, so it's actually not that bad. It's got it can move around, back and forth, left and right. It's actually pretty good for everyone, especially when if I kind of want to do. I'm probably going to try to do some stop motion with Ouja because he is the guy who loves to like twist his neck or like snap his neck back and forth, kind of like this, kind of like how I'm doing it like that. It's like he loves to do that in the show when he's like about to like mentally defeat and destroy somebody. His legs on those ball joints, which is actually not that bad. Legs able to go up, kind of slide to the side because of the way these kind of ball joints are, because of the way the backside is. Not that bad, not that terrible. Like I said, single ball joint right there. But then it's actually not bad on the joint for the articulation too. It's the legs are on these ball joints too. They can spin around, they can move left and right, no problem at all. Overall, pretty not bad on the articulation for these figures. Same thing's gonna be as well for the Survive form. We'll do his articulation next. But overall, pretty much the same. Just put him back on his stand right there. I should like to keep him on their stands. Let's go Survive form as well. But like we saw with the blank slate, it's going to be kind of similar. But we're still aren't going to do it. So I was able to bob and weave, no problem at all. Spin around. I feel like this one's a little bit much more looser. The arms, because I guess the way a little bit more design's a little bit more hindered on the up and down because of the armor being lifting a little bit much more bigger, more broader. The arm's able to spin around, no problem at all. And because it's on the single one, it can pop off. The articulation go all the way there, not that bad. Ball joint on the arm, same thing, spin around. Bobbling a little back and forth, not bad at all. I do like the ability that these guys can just pop off their joints. They're kind of like model kits in a sense, like a little bit, not that much, but they're halfway there. Kind of remind me of some of the G frames, like I mentioned before. Ab joint too, back and forth, no problem at all. I should do like this. Legs as well on those ball joints. So what's it called? You get kind of do split, not all the way. Legs able to go all the way up. Kind of like side back. I'm calling this the side back because it's able to go to the back, but it's to the side because the way the butts are kind of plastered and kind of made unmovable. Leg joint all the way up there, so it's actually able to do a really nice knee kick, I guess you would call that. Feet, same thing, ball joint, back and forth, no problem at all. And yeah, overall, really, really great articulation. It's actually not that bad for these figures that are kind of, okay, I'm going to call this, well, cheap if I was in Japan, getting this super, super expensive, buying this when I bought this, for those who want to know. Not terribly expensive. There are other ones that are like super ridiculous expensive. There was like, oh, I have to think if I'm going to spend that kind of money. This price range, I got this for like around $80, not that bad. Shipping and handling all together, so overall not that bad for this dual pack right here. Actually goes for way higher on eBay if I'm going to be honest. Actually, let me do some comparison with some of the other figures I have, especially those other Kamen Rider minifigures I was talking about. And we're back, and now time to go with basically measurement size, as I kind of do. I kind of measure some of these guys right around here. Starting off with the other miniature Kamen Rider buildable figures. Though this is from different names. This right here is the Ghost Tokon Shoto series of Kamen Rider. This Tokon, and that's why I said miniature figures versus the regular size on the Soto figures. Now another thing too. I don't know if the names are based around they're part of the same series or whatnot. As far as I've seen, they're at least a little bit different. That's just when I'm trying to do reviews for them, as these Shoto figures are at least way more cheaper than the Soto ones. Granted, they might be the same names and people just may be mislabeling them. I don't know, but as far as size goes, at least this is for my current ones, because these are the only ones I have right now at the moment. So I'm assuming the Shoto figures are a little bit much more miniature, like around 3.5 inches, where the Soto figures are like around the 4.5 to 5 inch marks. But this is like my only comparison right now at the moment. I have to get more to see, so that'll be future stuff that I'll probably be trying to do. But as far as it goes, the Shoto versions, which is what Ghost Tokon's from, are, at least from what I've seen, are way more cheaper. They're like around the $10 to $15, which is actually not bad. And so dual sets before we get a bunch of them, like around $100, but it's also getting like 15, 20 of them, so not bad bundle. We're getting a bunch of those. While the Soto Chronicles ones are a little bit much more expensive, pricey. A little bit much more work you have to do with the detail work and stuff. But yeah, this is the size experience for these. Going from the Shoto Chronicles Ghost Toucan, which is still one of my favorite designs right here. I do love as we all know, I do love red and fire motifs all together. Going from that, we got my other model kits with the Mask Rider Saber, one of my favorites and one of my favorite designs right here as well. Another red design with fire motif right here, as he's basically a figurized intergrade. So basically, it's more kind of like statue, kind of like the Gundam base RX Serenade. I did a little bit of review of when I did a build. Also, my apologies again for calling that intergrade and not Gundam base version, because it's not an intergrade. It's a statue build. Actually, I don't know what to classify these, because under this guy and under the box, it's called an intergrade, even though it's not a buildable box, but it's a figurized standard. So I don't know. It's the way Bandai labels things, so I'm just gonna go with what the box tells me on the for Saber's box, and Saber's box tells me it's an intergrade. I'm gonna go with that. But it is a statue figure, so it's only kind of moving. Meaning the only thing that moves out of this is the arms, because they have polycap still, so they have joints, and that's pretty much it. Like I'll show you right here. Like the only thing moving you get here is basically the arms. The hands are on ball joints. Well, kind of ball joints. They have slots. And then the head, who is kind of sometimes like to step out. But yeah, but besides everything else, it is basically just a stand-in statue. For those who want to know. Sorry about that little rant. What's it called? Bandai has a weird labeling when it comes to the kits that are basically model kits, but they're statues, and their box saying one thing, and then somewhere else says another. So that's a little bit tangent. My bad, but it's like the way Bandai tends to label their things. So some model kits sometimes it's confused. But yeah, overall, like I said before, the intergrade Kamen Rider Saber, regular model kit's around 6 inches. So this basically is he's around that. He's actually a little bit taller. Going from Mask Rider Saber to the other Mask Rider, who was the intro for this one, Kuga, Mighty Form, who I really did enjoy building this guy. Like, not gonna lie, I will be doing a review for him in a bit. Like I said before, Kuga's around the 6 inch mark as well, kind of like Saber. Actually, it might be a little bit taller, just late. Well, if we don't count the horn blades, because technically Saber technically does count a little bit bigger. But yeah, I will say I am going through my, that is the figure standards of Kamen Riders I'm going right now. I finished building Kugo a while ago. Right now I'm building Agito. Once I'm finished building Agito, do a review about that one. Then I have the Cade next, and then we'll try to get more of everybody else. But then I also have my SH Figure Arts figures of Kamen Riders I'm going through as well, so I will get around doing those as well. Going from Kugo, we have my current and only one that's still out of the box. I still haven't gotten Ryuki out yet. My Masked Rider 2, my first ever SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider, which I actually do love and enjoy, as he's around the 5 inch mark right here. I think a little bit much more taller, 5.5. I don't have a measuring tape. That is the one sad thing about this. I should have said that before. Measuring tape has been lost. So one of these days, I will figure out where that measuring tape is, or I have to get another one. That's another thing too. If anything else, I'm actually going to change my backboard. You see right here. I'm going to change it. I'm going to get one that has like the whole 0 to whatever feet on top of it back when I do reviews. Because I've been meaning to change my whole backboard, so you're going to probably see all this change in the near future. I've been meaning to change this, so this probably will be changed, because I kind of want to do one for a little bit more terrain and a little bit much more displayness. But yeah, that's the size experience for everybody else. Oh, and then one last but not least, the mascot. I told you to share was going to come back, as they're like around the same size. Sure, I can a little bit taller, because usually Sure is like around the 5 inch mark right here, so they're in between, like below 5 inch, but above I'm pretty sure 4.5. Like I said before, don't have the measuring tape, but I'll have to figure it out where it's at, because it's somewhere in the room. I just don't know where. It's a whole lot of boxes and not enough room. But yeah, And with that, folks, that out of the way, that is it for the review for the Chronicles dual Kamen Rider Ouja, Blank Slate, and Survival Form. Overall, pretty nice figure, I do say so myself. I really did enjoy doing this. I was actually, though I did throw me a curveball when I actually had to do the whole sticker sheet. I was not expecting that. I thought these were actually going to be fully complete figures. The sticker sheet kind of gave me a curveball. Overall, it was not that bad. Though I kind of wish it did instructions, but you know what? Having to figure it out on my own was actually pretty nice. I was kind of like having to figure out a puzzle. It's been a while since I actually had to do with that. Overall, not that bad. I do love this. They're really nice, actually detailed figures. Articulations are not bad at all for what they are. Overall, pretty good. Accessories, pretty nice. Especially a little bit more, but overall, not that bad. I do like this. He's actually one of my favorite of the bad guy Kamen Riders. Really one of the best non-main villains, but still villain characters who basically just wants to fight everybody. Overall, really great figure. And if you're able to get your hands on this, try to find it. It's the only thing I would say is like good luck, because price for this is actually expensive. If you're not in Japan getting this, again, outside of it, it's actually going to be pretty expensive. Like I said before, I spent like around $80 for it. Though that was with shipping handling, as I was actually able to get the price down a lot, because I did kind of, what's called, not bid on it. I think it was made an offer on this. And then the tax and the shipping was basically that $80. So it was actually not that bad. I will try to get more of these Chronicles figures. Actually, there's a bunch of the Kamen Rider ones too. I might try to get different ones too, not just the Soda ones. I'm also trying to get my hands on the more DSH figure arts ones as well. A lot of them are probably going to be coming from Kamen Rider Ryuki, as it is the one that I see and kind of have a lot more of my favorite, because it's kind of do like the whole Battle Royale version of the Kamen Rider series. But also expect more Kamen Rider stuff too. Like I said before, I'm going to eventually get around doing the review for Kamen Rider Kuga's Mighty Form, as I did finish building that model kit. And then, as I said before, I'm also going through finishing building Kamen Rider Agito's standardized figurized one, as well as I'm going through that build right now. So whenever we get to finish that one, I'll do that review for that one. But overall, yeah. If you've enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like, share, subscribe. As always, we appreciate it, folks. And as always, have a nice day. This is Pern signing out, and I'll see you guys on the next one.